Hey, it's random cultural news streak here. Random pop culture news streak. I get your man over green. All the wrestling intros and outros toward this channel. My Twitter, Instagram, and of course, as always, all my links linked to just in case any Babs channels get shadow banned or deleted or terminated by YouTube algorithm. Anyways, I know this came out like 2-3 days ago. I usually don't talk about this on my channel a lot, but had to talk about it. It's been like 7-8 months since I talked about this fool, my boy. One of the best comedians of all time, my personal opinion. I grew up with him early mid 2000s, which was Dave freaking Chappelle, man. Dave Chappelle, man. My guy. One of the most old school, funniest dudes on the planet, in my personal opinion. Even brought back, even though I don't really watch SNL that much, I watched it maybe once or twice this year. So there's that. I'm going to play some old school Wu-Tang Clan music in the background. I'm going to play Sword and Line thing in a second. But this one comes from EW.com, from Andy Hogan. Saturday Night Live, SNL. Many people don't know what SNL was. Some of you guys might be boomers, or not boomers. Gen Zers have probably never really heard of it that much. Saturday Night Live recap: Dave Chappelle makes controversial return for third post-election episode. I call it the selection. He's joined by musical guests Black Star K, Yassine Bey, and Talib Kweli. I've heard about this dude a bunch back in the day. So, without further ado, let's begin. Once again, it's from Andy Hogan. I'm not reading this whole entire article. It's really, really long as heck. So it says Dave Chappelle himself, man. The pride of Silver Springs, MD. Is one of the world's biggest comedians. Chappelle has seen many errors. I don't know why he keeps doing that much. It's kind of weird. Recent years, problematic, even dangerous opinions. You have opinions, I have opinions. Hell, even SNL cast crews and cast members reportedly been upset with the show's decision to bring him back for third hosting stint. Our favorite show has bumbled with a culture war. Hello, folks. It's SNL review time. And you guys can read the rest of it. I'm just going to read like 3 little like paragraphs, and the rest you guys can read on your own. This is pretty wild, though, honestly. I didn't think they'd actually do it, but they did it, man. It's funny. It's hilarious as shit, man. He even talked about the thing that was happening on Kanye West and all that stuff. And makes jokes about the small hat people sometimes. Oh, you're not allowed to make jokes about them. The beginning part there. So you guys can read that part there. It says, monologue, yeah. Dave Chappelle's show comes out to the music and applauses. He's denounced the anti-you-know-what, I can't say that, in a prepared statement and tells Kanye West, that's how you buy yourself some time. Oh, before I begin, the reason we're playing Wu-Tang Clan, because I remember in the first 2 second seasons of Dave Chappelle show, he used to always make jokes and references to Wu-Tang Clan. He'd say, Wu-Tang, nigga, it's Wu-Tang, my nigga. It's like all that. And I didn't say that word when I'm 5-8% black, possibly. It is what it is. But anyways, let's move on. This is, this is noteworthy as Chappelle and Ye have a long history together, going back to the Ye performance. A comment on Chappelle's show's classic performance. He also performed in Block Party. It is glaring that Dave Chappelle discusses Ye's cancellation while most ignoring his own controversies. He seems to nod as critics at the very end. Ye is anti-you-know-what, I can't say that. And Kai Irving takes up a bulk of the monologue, though Chappelle eventually goes to Herschel Walker and says he's obviously stupid. He labels Mr. Trump, the original tan, make America great again, that guy. That dude, you know what I'm talking about. Is an honest liar and recalls his original debate performance as Chappelle wonders in the indeed at the end of the Trump era. And says that Melania, you know who, is looking like the kind of chick that James Bond would smash but not trust. So gets a huge laugh. Yeah, I remember I was cracking up when I saw that one. That's funny as shit there. Let's move on. Trump is stealing classified documents as well as the word, you know what, with W-W-3 possibly happening, God forbid. But if it does, I'll be ready for that show because I got about like 10-15 years worth of food, thank God. But let's move on. In 16 minutes and a half, Chappelle's monologue in 2020. 2020 was one of the longest SNL histories. The rivals that unpacked a lot, but Kroger says that says it does not. No one does it quite like Chappelle. Oh, this one was really, really crazy here. Talked about potato. I was insane. I didn't even know what that meant, man. It is what it is. And this dude, I think he actually went to, Yale or Stanford, so hopefully he's not part of those cults. I remember some people saying, oh, he's a clone, he's all this. He even made him Illuminati joke shit, too. I'm surprised he did that. So it says, Willie T. Hawkins, Chappelle's a legendary blues musician, and he sings about the potato hole. This tickles a vapid white talk show host, even though a weather girl and sports anchor get in on the puns, and it's all goofy, until Hawkins reveals the awful truth about slaves' origins of potato holes, that they're a symbol of oppression. A damn shame that was true, man. This is the one that was really funny as shit here, man. I would have loved to do a reaction to this. I just decided to watch it my own time. He brought all the old school characters I remember. I'm going to go off topic for a little bit. I'm going to go on a tangent, but it is what it is. I remember he brought back the crackhead Tyrone dude, the one with, rest in peace, the other dude, like Murphy's younger cousin brother, Charlie Murphy. And then he brought the Rick James and Prince freaking character back. And then like the pimp dude again, man. That one was wild as heck. So yeah, Dave Chappelle is back on the stage. On the hair accents of the characters House of the Dragon, Lori Ann Michaels has secured a preview for the new season. Donald Rawlings and Ice-T appear alongside with Chappelle's, reprising their characters as the player haters ball. Oh, yeah, I remember that. That one made me laugh when he felt as like middle school again, because this is like 2002, 3, or 4 when he was getting big at that time. And at that time, I was going through a little bit of shit here and there. Not all my teachers, only 2 of them were freaking piece of shit. They're probably dead now, because they were like 75, 80 years old when I was still like 14 at that time. So a lot of them are probably gone now. Anyways, let's move on. And hopefully they're burning out. Some of them were freaking huge assholes, not gonna lie. Also goes on to say, yeah, Chappelle's Rick James also appears. This one was really hilarious, man. Chappelle's going to go back on to the hits. Man, those characters were such from a long time ago. Look at the Tyrone Biggums, too. Oh, yeah, I thought his name was Crackhead Tyrone. Oh, no. This is why not. Not sure why we need this, particularly since we got the similar box checking R word, can't say that. The stupid dumbasses, I guess. Spoofed the Walking Dead series in 2016. Skip this unless you're a Chappelle Show completionist or you really love Game of Thrones. And let's see, there was another part too. It was really, really funny as heck too, man. I gotta give it credit with that part, honestly. And in the last part, I had to skip a few other little paragraphs to get to here. It says, Heaven Sent. See, Dave Chappelle appears as the top of note that he's too old to appear in a sketch and he needs a break. Mikey Day has been cast out in his role. Instead, he is increasingly uncomfortable saying these culturally specific lines. And of course, after that, it says, of course, Mikey Day is 42 years old, so this does not work at all. Andrew Dismust should have played this. I do like breaking of the fourth wall as Mikey Day and Dave Chappelle keep interrupting the proceedings, but it's not as natural or organically funny as it should be. Skip. Says, you're in the wild in that show, season 1. Kenan Thompson cries. That's a cute call out. That's what that person's. Anyways, yeah, overall thoughts, views, and opinions. It was just funny as hell to see him back. And the other dude that used to be known as Most Def, now he's going by Black, so I didn't know that. And as far as Talib Kweli goes, I remember when I was in elementary middle school, I heard about him a few times here and there. He was decently okay when he started doing a lot of this SJW stuff. I gotta give credit to my boy Miss Anthropic when he's done the video on it. If I remember to leave it, I'll leave it in the description box down below. Started getting really soft, especially with dudes that are, any guys that are African American and black out there. You probably may or may not think he's probably a piece of shit nowadays. Possibly, I don't know. Can't really speak on that because I'm on the Hispanic Latino side or whatever. And then being half Puerto Rican, I don't know. However that shit was, because I used to live in the projects back in the day, but I didn't do no, drug smuggling or any of that freaking crazy shit or any of that fucking crack, because I would have been too little to do that shit, to hustle and all that. Anyways, yeah, overall thoughts, views, and opinions, very, very super funny ass episode. There's only like a few parts, started getting real preachy and all that stuff. It was kind of stupid as fuck. And another part of Dave Chappelle, he saved half of that show at least, man. Half of it at least. To see the crackhead Tyrone Biggums come back, and the other fool, the one that played Rick James and then Ice-T, that was super old school nostalgia for me. Absolutely superiority-wise, one of the best in a while I've seen in the longest time. So let's go on to the next one here, if you guys wouldn't mind seeing it. So here it is. This is what I wanted to talk about here. Holy shit, man. This was insane. Honestly, it was freaking crazy. So, Oculus Rift founders created the non-fictional model Sword Art Online, the deadly VR system. Homer Lucky hasn't figured out the way to recreate the nervegear. Has figured out the way it could take your life away. This comes from Sean Murray. I know this is like 8-9 days old, but I wanted to read a little bit of this. This is yesterday, just last week. No, this is old. November 6th. The day Sword Art Online, the universe in which thousands of other innocent games became trapped in a virtual world fighting for their lives. It's an important day for Sword Art Online fans, and it seems that there's no bigger SAO from the far Oculus founder, Palmer Luckey. Besides waxing the nostalgia of Sword Art Online's in his post blog, Luckey has also noticed Sword Art Online proved instrumental in captivating the Oculus Rift with Tech's curiosity into the mainstream VR headset. He also admitted having a mural of Kirito, I think that's what his name was, Kirito, the main protagonist of SAO and Oculus HQ before he was fired in 2017. But Lucky's love for Sword Art Online clearly goes beyond merely playing for fan service. He wanted to actually build this technology to make Sword Art Online's world possible. So he's creating a nervegear headset actually transports a person's consciousness in a completely virtual world. I'm only reading half of this article, so you guys can read the rest if you want, unless you heard about this last week, but let's move on. When was asked by a fan if he'd ever make the nervegear, Lucky responded with the good news and bad news. The good news is that we're halfway to making a true nervegear, wrote Lucky. The bad news is so far, we've only figured out half on half of that kills you. The perfect VR for the equation is still many years out. Yeah, overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I only watched the first season of Sword Art Online. That thing was alright. It wasn't the greatest anime manga series in the world. I know a lot of people like to shit on it as like one of the worst anime story plots ever. And it was okay. It wasn't like the worst of all time. My personal opinion was another one was like a harem. It was called My Buddha. That one was really one. My Buddha one was really silly as fuck. That one, and I guess not Zatchba, but it was one like that. Raid Master was kind of funny, but it was kind of cringe too. That one probably would have been the worst anime series of all time. My personal opinion. No offense if anyone likes those kinds, but for me, I just never really gave a rat's ass about it. Yeah, and this is the anime cute waifu girls. The only one I remember was like Asuna. This one here. The other two I don't remember at all. I know people used to meme and shit in this freaking anime really badly. And if there is an IRL version of this thing in the future, of course I'm not going to be using it because probably going to live out in the woods in Canada somewhere by that point. If the Armageddon apocalypse, end of the world collapse shit ever happens, I'm definitely living the fuck out in the woods. There's no way I'm living in the city anymore after that. But the way technology goes faster and faster, it might have to be sooner. It's going to suck because I won't be able to do YouTube anymore, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Oh, and another thing, I don't know, this thing actually does take your life away like crazy. It just completely guillotines you through the skull. That's gonna be some scary shit, man. I don't know how the hell they're gonna have that legally. They're gonna actually have legalities of like selling this thing to the products, unless they're gonna make like the thing in Holland, which I can't say, because the S word in it, aka self, you know what, H word to yourself, where you burn yourself is gonna be pretty bad. Anyways. Links to the box down below if you're going to read the rest yourself and I'm out of here. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen, bros, women, and boys and girls, tacos and modis. I'll see you when I see you. Guys, have a good day, have a night, wherever universe out there. Stay tuned for future content, including video game news and my news, towards future drama news. 34 times out of the month, reaction review segments news, and once in a while, Elon Musk news, and of course, just random internet news. And that's it. Take it easy. Peace out, my sauerkraut. Ladies and goodbye. See you awesome people on the flip side. I'm out here. Don't take the jab or the nanobots, nanobites, of poison. I'm out. Later. Goodbye.